Hello everybody, this is Big Daddy Rocker Gamer, and this is another episode of Let's Play, and this is Realmz Prelude to Pestilence, Part 4. Before we go in, there's a few things, and yeah.
A lot of unnecessary small this one.
There's a few things I want to talk about, and that's I'm going to reduce the amount of random combats like this. I'll be cutting away certain episodes, certain parts of it. But aside from that, it should be okay.
I will, of course,
Yeah, and last time we were doing the Grilloch base. We still haven't quite cleared out the Grilloch base, so here we are to finish what we started, and yeah, I'm going to show you a little bit use of spells. Most of these combats like this I will cut away.
I will skip ahead.
Because they're standardized combats. I will show you boss fights, I will show you combats that are not regular random battles, but scripted battles. And of course I will show you loot and stuff like that, but these sort of fights where, you know, I'm fighting 2 spellcasters, 5 soldiers, and I do it over and over and over and over and over and over again, I'll cut them away. So with that in mind, let's just get to it. This fight is almost done. Rand and Matt and Perrin and Egwene and 98 and May, you're doing fine. And yeah, that's really all there is to it. I will, when I do cut up to another part, I will go to the victory screen here when I cut out fights, so you know about it.
The big battles,
And for some reason I end up having to fight the same fight twice, so I'm just gonna cut from here and into the next screen. See you there. And here we are, back up, ready to leave combat. Now let's go up and see what's at the top part here, which I haven't seen yet.
because it feels like I don't get.
Okay, let's go in there.
Progression.
Lone Guard attacks you. I feel sorry for that Lone Guard. He's not gonna last very long, is he? There we go. Now, sleeping quarters. Presently no one is here. And I found a secret. Now, let's see what items we have. Cap of the Magi, Dagger Spells, and Speckled Luckstone. Speckled Luckstone is a weaker version of the class-specific Luckstone. The Speckled one can be used by all classes, so that's useful. I think I give it to Matt, yeah. And the Cap of the Magi I gave to Egwene, and then I equip it, and it turns out to be a dunce cap. In case you haven't figured, I'm talking to you from the editing room because by the time of recording I had not yet figured out. The Lieutenant's sleeping room. Did you search the room? Yes. By the time I was recording this, I did not yet figure out that one of the dowels which makes up the table legs, turns out to be a staff. I give that to Matt. Matt's a good man. Search the bed. You discover stuffed inside a mattress 2 scrolls. Search the desk. Success. When you twist and pull on the handle of the right bottom drawer, the entire handle slides out like a tube. Twisting the handle further improves the lid. Inside the tube are some papers and a map. The papers are handwritten notes. They read, Brinham, things are proceeding as planned. We have hired on a group of thugs to eliminate the problem of the so-called secret Berhoon hideout. They will be arriving shortly to take care of it. Go.
They will be arriving shortly to take care of it.
Ahead and pay them the 1,000 gold pieces out of my funds. I trust you will only take the 1,000 gold from the stash. I have included a map to lead you to my funds. We have heard a rumor that an old enemy of mine, a paladin called Thayer, and his old friends are trying to figure out what we're up to and destroy us. What foolishness. That old man has taken one too many head blows. We will crush anyone who attempts to get in our way. Continue your good work. Regards, Salius. The rest of the papers are schedules of deliveries and other mundane things. So we leave. That's pretty cool. The guard attacks you after seeing you are not Grilloch. This is 5 guards. I will edit this one. See you at the victory screen. And here we are at the victory screen. It was a simple, straightforward fight. The only thing of note was using the spell phase to pass through some walls for a round. And I believe this is just a very simple walkover against 4 guards. Min just picks them off and everyone else just does the same, really. It's so quickly done, it's not even worth editing out. Sleeping quarters, more guards. This is a standard random encounter group, so with 1 cleric, 1 mage, and a group of 5 soldiers. So I'm just gonna edit it out because it's just taking up time. So I'll see you at the victory screen. And here we are back on the victory screen. It was a straightforward, simple victory. This one time at least. And Perrin gains a level. Gains 7 hit points, plus 1 magic resistance, 5% chance to hit, but only still 3 attacks on 2 rounds. So it's a good upgrade. Definitely worth it.
He's not doing all that great on the attacking part, but everything else he's doing great at.
Now we're heading into the main hall here. There's a couple of rooms more before sleeping quarters here, but a smallish temple area. There are Grilloch clerics here performing religious ritual over a black obsidian altar. The altar pulsates with strong magical aura. The clerics spot you and attack. Keeping this fight in because this is a scripted battle with spellcasters. Anything can happen. Matt is fast out, so having him go down and attack as many as possible to avoid them casting spells is a good thing. Then Min targeting different spellcasters again to avoid them using their spells. Now, I noticed that Egwene cannot cast spells, and that's because of the Dun's Cap. So I end up using some of my prepared scrolls instead. Because even with the Dun's Cap, you can at least do that. And I'm trying to bring Nynaeve over to help the Shantile here. The newly summoned creature, but she's too far away. She can't really do much. And Rand and Perrin are just wailing away at stuff. Rand not hitting very much, but And yeah, the clerics fall quickly once they don't have a backline, front line to protect them, because they don't have a lot of armor. But there's that one guy across the walls who keeps on throwing charm spells at me. He's dangerous, and so I'm starting to set out a team to kill him, but it's a long way around to reach down there. Matt should go forward. He's fast. Min is very fast. But, you know, it's still going to be around. And here comes Cloud of Cleavers right on top of 9-8. Cloud of Cleavers is a deadly spell. It stays in place, and every time you walk into the Cloud of Cleavers, you take damage. And it's nasty, to say the least. Very nasty. You use it very efficiently against the AI, because the AI keeps just wandering around inside the Cloud of Cleavers, taking damage over and over and over again. It's very fun to watch, but it's very nasty when the AI uses it against you as well. Now, I can finally reach that last cleric with Min. And Perrin is unable to finish off the cleric. And it's Matt's turn. And I do a complete dumbass move here, because for some reason I thought Matt was not on the level with the rest there. It's a complete brain fart moment from my side. But luckily, it doesn't matter. Cleric falls and the team goes on. Now, I just now noticed that I cannot really do much. So I try to rest up here and get ambushed by a regular team. You know, random encounter team. So I'm just gonna skip ahead here because there's nothing exciting to watch here. It's exactly what you think it is. Here we are back again on the victory screen. As I said, it's a standard fight. Regular random battle. Now, this, however, is a scripted battle. So I'm healing up with everything I have. I'm searching through to see if any one of my guys have healing potions or something like that, but I cannot find anything. But I do change out the flask of oil on my knave as thrown weapons, and instead use the throwing hammer going forward. Simply because the throwing hammer doesn't run out of charges. And that's going to be important. You have interrupted a meeting of some sort. There are 3 Grilloch fighters, 2 captains, 3 mages, a couple of clerics, a lieutenant, a general, and several large fighters. Tressandra's father is also here. One of the mages sees you.
Holiday by holiday.
And yells out some very strange words. All of a sudden there's a blinding flash. When you regain your vision, the general and Tressandra's father are gone. The remaining entourage attack quite heartily. So this is scripted battle, and here are a lot of enemies. 4 spellcasters, no less. And Matt just doling out those throwing stars. Min is trying to move back up so she can use her ranged weapon because that's what she's strongest with. And now the enemy is starting to really cause me pain here. The Chantal is doing good work. Same with the snake. But I'm already suffering quite a bit here. So I decide to use Magic Aura to make it harder for the enemy to hit me, in hopes that this will change it. Perrin moves down, and Rand moves up to tighten the front line. I have no items to use with Rand. And now, next round starts. I need to prevent 4 spellcasters from doing things. So I decide to use the Staff of Fireballs. And so, how do I use this? I decide that Perrin should take some heat here. This allows me at least to prevent 3 of these spellcasters doing anything. Rand goes down, almost dead. Now it's getting sweaty in here. I choose to bandage with Min because Rand is very close to dead. Chantal and the snake are doing good work, but now I'm starting to lose things all over. And Nynaeve has to just hit. Perrin too. Now Matt's turn comes up again. I just say, screw this. Continue with the fireballs. And he throws down fireballs everywhere. He is emptying out all of his resources on this. But I have to target a square that is not covered by a wall, so sometimes the fireball gets tricky. And 2 of their spellcasters have gone down. And Min's fighting for her life up top here. Nynaeve fights, and Perrin just hits the mage trying to get him down. I'm deciding to just continue with the fireballs because I can hit multiple targets and I kill one of the enemy soldiers and damage everyone else. Now I'm debating again to let Perrin take a hit. Only to kill the mage. I don't target him this time. And I need to use the Staff of Fireballs again because I really need to make sure that that mage does not throw down a Cosmic Blast or something equally painful. But now, as you see, I'm starting to fall apart here, and slowly but surely here, I am fighting my way to a somewhat victory-ish status. The last of the enemy mages is dead. Min can start shooting her arrows, which is where she is best. Perrin goes down. Egwene, Perrin, and Nynaeve all down, in addition to Rand. The only 2 people I have left is Min and Matt, the power couple. So, the strategy: avoid melee combat and just let my summons tank it. And it's barely a victory. Now, I no longer have any spellcasters awake, so I cannot know which of these weapons are magical or not. So I decide to just pick all the weapons with me, gambling that there's at least some. Now, Matt gains 6 stamina and 4% chance to hit, and he goes up half an attack. Now he attacks 7 times over 2 rounds. That's incredibly good.
And he's now up to 7 attacks.
And I think there's another level up coming. Yeah, Min Farshaw. She gains 5 hit points, 3% chance to hit, and she goes up to 3 attacks per round instead of 5 attacks over 2. All of these things are pretty good. Now, Matt is carrying a whole lot of weapons, but we don't know if any of it's magical because we can't identify it. Because all of the people who can identify are down for the count. And right here, I am expecting there to be another combat. So I want to rest up at least enough that I have most of my team with me. But resting inside takes a lot more time, you know. 9A is up, and when she's up, my heals come online. Now I'm getting jumped. Nynaeve has 2 hit points, Perrin has 2 hit points. The only one who actually has any sort of health is Matt, and that's mainly because he regenerates. And that's my... Perrin is dead, so we have to reload.
That's just stupid.
Well, we don't have to, but when you get that sort of ambush and it's ruining this much like that, I would rather it just restart. And there we go, hit the heal button. Rand has 2 hit points, he's not exactly doing stellar, but at least he's there. And here comes another random attack again. I think this one goes a little bit different than previous, because I say screw this, I am killing everyone with fireballs now. Mid's job is to just make sure that the enemies in the backline just doesn't get to cast any spells. Same with Matt's. Their job is just to make sure that the enemy casters are not dangerous. And I spend most of my team in the background here behind my summons and just firing arrows like crazy. Because anything else is just not safe. Lightning strike with Rand. Rand can do that. And the lightning strike at full power is enough to kill the cleric. And Matt just goes after this guy because we don't want him doing anything that can mess us up. Now it's just down to bruisers versus summons, and that's a much easier fight. But this one was, for a random battle, surprisingly scary because it came so... everyone is so close to dying. And as you see, I don't really dare to engage in melee with them. I'm just chugging my thrown and ranged weaponry at them from a safe distance. And the reason is very simple. Everything is dangerous at this point. But we're still somehow pulling through. And Rand picks up another magic sword. I decide that nobody's able to cast Identify because, yeah, people are lacking spell power here. Spell points, I mean. And I need to rest up. Rand is the one who can identify, but Rand doesn't have enough mana at the moment, so I need to rest even more. everyone is at least awake now. And by identifying here now, I now know that a lot of these things are magical, a lot of them are not. I drop all the non-magical stuff because it's not worth it to drag around. It slows you down, and yeah, if you have too much weight, you can't move. Now I think this is the point where I decide to gamble and go through the door.
And let's go into the final round.
Yeah, I do. Although I'm not nearly healed up. The Grilloch General has left a suit of armor here, unattended. And that, my friends, is a very good plate armor. I'm giving it straight away to Perrin. That's a plus 13 versus the plus 3. So armor rating goes from 30 to 40. That's pretty good.
Alright, let's continue exploring.
Now, let's go down and see. Bodies have been removed. The guards have not been replaced yet. Now let's continue through some of these hallways here and see. 3 guards are beating up 2 crazy men who have somehow escaped from the prison. Will you give the crazy men a hand? Of course we will. And this is a scripted battle, but it's not a challenging battle, as you can see. It's just 3 guys trying to put up a fight against a massive amount of monsters and baddies. And in this case, we're the monsters and baddies. I dropped the Chantal for the other crazy guys, simply because Chantal are big and it's hard for them to navigate. The crazy men navigate better. Every time I have a chance, I hit the heal button. Lieutenant is trying to rally some argumentative troops. Your presence have given them something to rally around. They attack. And here we go. This one has 9 enemies. But as you will see, none of them are spellcasters. So this is a very straightforward slaughter. And I think I'm just going to skip ahead of this battle because it doesn't show anything interesting. This is not a close brush with death or anything. This is just business as usual. Beat up the poor guy and move on to the next map. And we're back to the screen here. Another magic sword. We appreciate that. A small round object is lying in the corner. Would you like to take it? Yes, of course. Now, this is a magic one, and by checking down here, we see who can use it. And Wayne can use it. And this is a blue luck stone. Like the speckled luck stone. But better. Now I've figured out that the Dun's cap is the one that keeps me from casting spells with Egwene, so I'm trying to figure out if I have picked up any abilities that allow me to remove it. The door to the north is labeled liquor storage. The room is the liquor storage area. There are literally hundreds of bottles of wine stacked in the rows from floor to ceiling. There's no one guarding them. And I know that you can sell these wine bottles for quite a bit. So I decide to just rob them blind of all their wine. You know, wine is heavy. Quite heavy. So I sort of spread it around to make sure that I can get as much as possible with me and yet still not completely overload all of my characters.
Here we go. Hold on.
That's more than 100 and 110 bottles. That's pretty cool. The guard's activity room. Cards and dice litter the room along with leftover food and drink. No one is here right now. And that's a random encounter. So I'm just going to split ahead and go forward. See you at the victory screen. And here we are. Back at the victory screen. Simple, straightforward victory. Guard barracks. There are some guards here. They notice you are not Grilloch and attack. This is just regular guards. There's no spellcasters here, so the tension is kind of lost because it's not that dangerous when they're not spellcasters. So I'll skip ahead to the end of the fight. See you there. Yeah. This is really straightforward. Nothing specific. Just two guards. These guys are dead easily. You can see Min just peppers them full of arrows. Egwene is just hanging out. Perrin goes in for the kill. Matt follows up. Because of all the wine he's carrying, he doesn't have a lot of movement. Matt also Rand also finishes it off. Two captains and an escort run into the room to grab some equipment. Now we actually have a spellcaster too. Yeah, but the procedure is the same as it always was. Make sure the spellcaster can't cast on their turn. And Min is amazing at that. Otherwise, hide behind my summons and freak show. And watch things go down. Matt fumbles his weapon, but yeah, could have been worse. Min starts to miss a lot. And we're slowly but surely beginning to see the end of the enemy. Matt just goes down, hacks him apart with his claws, but it's actually finishes it off. Matt needs his weapon back, otherwise there's nothing exciting going on here, as usual. And this is just a regular round of battle, so I'm just gonna skip this one, although it's a scary one because I'm very close to dying a few times. And there we go, another fight down. Checking for magic items again. And beelining for the next part of the unexplored area. Perrin has taken a lot of damage. He's down to 5 hit points. Rand is balancing on low health too. Going across the room to see if it triggers anything magical. But So far, it seems. Through the slits in the door to the north, you notice there seems to have been much activity in the room. So let's go to the north room and see what's in there. Or not. Yeah. A little bit slightly confused about where I want to go. I decide to enter the north room from a different side. Quickly saving the game, spending up all my health. Patrol. It's just a regular patrol, nothing exciting to watch about. Ride home back. I'm going to skip this fight too because it doesn't showcase anything you haven't seen a lot already in different movies. Just get in position, fire arrows, let the front row deal with everything else. Matt taking a hit just to go down and attempt to kill some spellcasters. 90 going forward. Paran. And yeah. So I'll see you at the victory screen. And back at the victory screen again. Found a secret wall. You discover the reason for so many guards in the area. Treasure room. While digging through the treasure, you hear more guards rush into the room you just came from. Here we have some robes, a helmet, a potion, and a scimitar. But there's nothing more about this. Grilloch patrol found me. It's a standard patrol. I'm going to skip ahead from this. You know how I deal with it. You've seen it multiple times. Now the only big problem really is the simple fact that some of my enemies really very hard tries to charm my stuff. My guys. Destroy magic. At least that's what I'm thinking. Is demagicked, but for some reason the crazy guy doesn't turn sides, so I need to kill him. We don't want him hitting twice on my guys. That's just not healthy. Egwene hits with all her might, which is not very much. Min is not designed for melee. But at least the enemy cleric goes down, and so does one of the soldiers. Matt is slowly but surely turning into this Blade Master thing.
Oh god.
And I summon up a red dragon. Red dragons are highly volatile creatures to have with you. So I opt to just dismiss this dragon because I don't want that. Grilloch patrol. I'm gonna skip this one.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like that.
I summon up 2 new creatures. 98 gains 4 hit points, 18 spell points. No magic resistance, but plus 4% chance to hit, and keeps her 3 attacks over 2 rounds. This brings us up to 9 spell points. By sacrificing Fearful Thoughts, I now manage to find myself 10 spell selection points. And I'm searching for something that can remove items. Remove item,
Thank you.
and then I pick heal blindness, I think.
Yeah.
And I put free fall back in. Now
We're gonna go to
we go to remove item, and we target Egwene and the cap of the Magi. Dun's cap has again become cap of the Magi. So yes, cursed items want to be war. At this point, I have now decided that I need to get out of here because this is this isn't really something that's good for me. This is how I deal with combat, and I'm going to skip ahead from this fight because this is very straightforward Grilloch patrol slaughterhouse thing. There's nothing new to see here that you haven't seen a lot already. And back we are. This was a straightforward murder. Randall Thor gains 11 stamina, 25 spell points, plus 1 magic resistance, and 4% chance to hit, and he gains his first additional attack, attacking now 3 times per 2 rounds. So, what should I get for him of spells? I have no idea. I'm looking around here, thinking, wondering.
Acid Rain.
Acid Rain. It's like Acid Fireball.
That's an acid version of that.
But, yeah. Cool Breeze, half damage from heat spells. Fantastic Wings, so allow my party to fly. Flesh to turn statues back to humans. I'm really wondering what to put into him here. I think I end up with Shock Palm. That's like
Just like a single target.
that's like
right
the
next to enemy.
Dungeons and Dragons spell Shocking Grasp. It's touch attack spell. You have to be in range of a touch spell, and it deals a lot of electricity damage.
Nothing fantastic here.
Searching around, I wonder
Acid Splash.
a lot. Acid Splash is a ray.
Lightning Bolt is a ray.
Lightning Bolt is a ray. Phase is the upgraded version of Limited Phase, which allows you to attack afterwards. Plane of Force is like Wall of Force, but people can go through it, but they take damage if they do. So I take Wall of Force and Silence and Electrical Protection. That's what I end up with. Good spells, all of them. They have their uses. At this point, I've realized I'm fairly done with this base. There's only one last thing to do, and that is to steal the treasure here using the name Protheon. And so I start moving forward to the secret here.
Right.
Quick heal,
Let's just
and then we move down. Speak. And now I have to type in Protheon.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you may pass. A tremendous fireball rolls by you, but does not detonate. Large hailstones thunders towards you, but dissipate inches from your head into harmless puffs of vapor. Lightning cracks harmlessly overhead. In front of you is a huge undead skeletal giant patrols the hallway, pacing back and forth. This door hangs open. Beyond are piles and piles of gems and jewels and gold. Help yourself. The stash. You sense a powerful magical aura from the treasure. There is a separate pile which contains 1,000 gold pieces, with a note on which it reads, payment to monks. Which pile would you like to pilfer? The monk pile is the safe one, but you know you want the large stash. Now, I did a mistake. I shared all the cash first.
That's unfortunate.
Because there's a lot of magical stuff here that I want. So,
we have to drop here.
I'm now looking at what can I drop. And you know what I realize? Nynaeve can drop all that wine she's carrying around.
Okay.
Suddenly she has a lot more carrying capacity. And I do the same for Perrin,
It was fun to look
Matt, and Rand.
But let's face it.
And I bring as much as I can possibly carry with me. And I'm wondering, I dropped the flask of oil,
Torches.
I dropped the torches.
Wow.
I drop everything I can. Drop more torches. Heat resistance bottle, because I don't need that.
Resistance.
Only to bring a little bit more. I have to leave it. I cannot bring all of this with me. It's too much. And then this happens. Because I stole the wrong pile. And here comes the undead guardian that was in the hallway.
Egwene is dead because one of these traps decided to work.
And I'm beginning to realize that, oh crap, I may not be equipped for this. And this thing is dangerous. It's killing me. And I do not even have movement on Rand or any of the others. I cannot move them because they're so over encumbered. Matt has 2 movement because they're all lugging around crazy amounts of cash. And I'm beginning to realize that I may be very feeble. So I use the fireball. Look, do I have anything else? Soulbind. I try Soulbind to immobilize this thing. To no avail. I'm looking in. I cannot find anything to help me take down.
Wow, that's
Yeah, it's a cool helmet.
strength.
It's a cool robe. But I am struggling. So I attempt to turn undead with the racial ability of Min, but it's not.
Ow.
And Min is dead. And my summon is dead. And Randall Thor is struggling here. And I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Full power. Lightning bolt. Not helping. And then I see it. The death scroll. And I kill it. Pure freaking luck. Nothing else. Just pure luck. And I have no idea what these items are, but I want them. What can I drop? What can I possibly drop? Not possible. From above, I get struck by lightning. And now I'm starting to get terrified. Pelting from above. And now Rand dies too. And I'm like, oh god, oh god, oh god. So I decide to rest. Why? Because Matt has regeneration. He heals fast.
And then I need to get out of here.
A booming voice crushes your eardrums. This place is not for resting. And everyone dies, except Matt. And Matt now has 2 hit points left, and I am fearing for my life. Please make it out. 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 And I come here, and I get attacked. And I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm so far away.
I
And I try escape.
cowardice.
Embrace cowardice, I run. Now my summons are gone. A group of guards nod at you. The large contingent of Baroon are here. There are several stockpiles of equipment and food. And I go in here. I pull stuff, convert it, and I can move again.
I think
And it's time to leave this base. Matt needs to get home safely. And we are now at Mountain View. Flying standard. I am looking for the temple. I find it here. Pull the gold
I'm going to
and start the resurrections.
everyone.
After a very long time of what felt like, oh my god, I'm gonna die.
The rest. Thankfully,
Matt is at full health. Everyone else is beginning to
strong.
return to life. Nynaeve can heal. And the group stabilizes. I do not want to go back into the Grilloch base at all.
Let's go and empty out.
But we have a lot of spoils. So I'm starting to sell some of the things. I find that I have some really nice gear now here. Sell away all of the +1 swords. I do not need them, but they bring in a lot of cash for me. Dagger of Styx is a cool dagger. I am contemplating if I should give it to Egwene, or if she should continue using the dagger of spells.
Ring of Fog.
Ring of Fog is just
With Ring of Protection.
good for obscuring.
This,
Now I'm about to teach you something. Sell the Staff of Fireballs.
spell power. No, you're.
Go down and search it and find it recharged. If you sell something back to the store, they will recharge it. Now I can buy it back for 7,000 gold, but it comes with 12 charges of Fireball.
I think this staff
Those
is
fireballs turned out to be really useful for me.
saved my behind. Cap the meter.
Sell the cap.
Rid of that
We
stuff.
do not want that
We don't need that stuff
dangerous
anymore.
cap. And lastly but not leastly, we sell the scimitar. But the rest of the gear here, we might actually do something about. Now, I just
Now let's go up to this.
shared all the money and go to the magic shop. Tells me he doesn't need them. Pool all the cash because we have some upgrades to get to.
He has access to the best.
Now, starting with Rand, we know that there's a few things to do for him.
I am thinking.
We can replace a lot of things here. And it seems I'm not entirely certain what I want to start with.
Matt wants more.
But let's start with Matt. He needs more throwing stars, so we pick those up
How
because they're
that works.
good. We like throwing stars.
Unfortunately, there's nothing to improve Matt, but
I'm not sure what else I'm looking for here. I'm looking for bows. Yeah, bow and arrow. But I cannot find a...
Matt has a lot of available.
I cannot find a quiver, which means the bow is worthless on its own. I'm looking to replace the throwing axe with a thrown weapon that has longer range. I got to Nynaeve, and I changed the throwing hammer and replaced it with a throwing hammer +1. Because a +1 to hidden damage is good. Everybody knows it. That's just the way it is. Accept it this is the truth. It's gospel.
And
9A also gets +3 plate armor over the regular plate. Because she can use it.
yeah.
I give her plate gauntlets over the chain gauntlets because they're good.
Steel shot.
And
Can
Rand gets the combat boots, which gives +1 damage, +5% hit chance, and a little bit of armor. They're very good. As for 9A, I give her a boots of quiet.
same armor as the leather boots, but for some strange reason.
Which for some strange reason gives +25 to force lock.
That's not
I don't know why.
exact-
Perrin gets the Helm of Might,
There and
which is a massive upgrade. It gives him +1 to hit, +5%, +5% to hit, +1 damage. 9A gets a regular +4 helmet, and I take chain gloves and change them for plate gauntlets, and then I notice Fists of Steel. Fists of Steel are a massive upgrade over plate gauntlets because they give +1 brawn.
9A can get a proper cap of spell.
Cap of spells for
Increases spell points by
Egwene.
5.
She, instead of having a negative cap, now she gets +2
Armors do we have?
her spell point pool, which is massive. Switch out the silk gloves with the gauntlets +2. No, +8, I mean. And now things are finally looking a little bit up. I have a mithril chain, which can be used for Matt. And the Dagger of Styx, I'm seriously considering giving it to giving that one to Egwene. I don't think I do it here because Egwene has the Dagger of Spells,
Let's see, what else?
which gives her +10 spell points. But I think those +10 spell points is less worth than the benefits from the Dagger of Styx. So if I don't do it this episode, I will have to change it next episode.
Leather armors.
I don't think I changed it this episode, so there's that.
Use padded and leather.
Anyways, I'm looking around. I'm debating what to do with Min here, because she can use leather armor and robes. And also padded armors. But they're famously the worst kind of armors. So I'm looking around here and thinking, what if I give the Robe of Strength? Because the Robe of Strength has less armor than the leather armor, but it gives her +1 brawn. And that's what I end up doing.
+1 brawn. So Robe of Strength is
I think that's a good choice for her.
better.
And then, finally,
Mats.
Matt gets Thieves' Tools.
No, you do. Not exactly fantastic thieves too.
And I still have money left. So what do I do with it? I'm starting looking around and thinking, okay,
Now,
how about I start investing?
you gotta invest.
So Matt gains Ring of Defense +5, Rand gets Ring of Defense +3, and the Ring of Heat.
Rand now has the Ring of Heat reduces damage from cold attacks by half. Now,
And then I have Necklace of Lightning Bolts and Necklace of Fireballs. I'm thinking,
going to pack. Get
why not?
the Necklace of Lightning Bolts. I'm putting that up on 9A. And Rand gets the Necklace of Fireballs.
And now I'm feeling pretty good.
And that
Lots of new gear, and I'm ready to take on the world.
today.
Now before I forget myself,
In the Grilloch base.
Let's go talk to
Taking
Tressandra.
out everyone. We need to go to Tressandra and tell her about her dad.
The Rotting Corpse Inn.
Yes, the mood in the bar has changed.
The mood in the bar has changed. No longer are there happy patrons laughing and eating. The mood is somber and gloomy. A portly lady is working behind the less than busy bar. She sees you and speaks. My name is Delora. Tressandra is my daughter, and Roppel is my husband. They have been taken by the Grilloch. I fear they will be slain. Please rescue them. Where they are being kept, I do not know. Please, will you help me? She can barely thank you as grief overcomes her. I will await your return here when you find and rescue them.
Tressandra is missing.
And there we have it. Tressandra has been kidnapped. It's on Grilloch. But I think that will have to wait for the next episode. This is Big Daddy Rocker Gamer. It's been a pleasure to show you this game, which is an old-time favorite of mine from when I was a kid. And I'll see you next time.